Imagine holding your own death certificate, not sniffing formaldehyde or courtesy of a shotgun retirement party, but printed fresh from your local courthouse, because taxes were boring you into financial necrosis. This isn't a Tim Burton fever dream. 2,000 perfectly breathing Americans between 1890 and 1910 signed legal paperwork declaring themselves meat puppets who rage-quit life just to dodge property taxes. Indiana's bureaucrats got so suspicious, they nearly went full weekend at Bernie's on the state cemeteries. Let's autopsy the logic here. Claiming you're a corpse to avoid taxes is like setting your house on fire to save on heating bills. Modern crypto bros invent imaginary internet beans to evade the IRS adorable. These Gilded Age geniuses went full Macbeth and murdered themselves on paper. One farmer in Muncie legally perished in 1903, then showed up at his own probate hearing smoking a cigar and demanding his widow stop auctioning his prize hogs. The judge ruled he was simultaneously dead and liable for 5 years of back taxes, Schrodinger's douchebag. The state's response: a necro tantrum so petty it makes your HOA look like Zen monks. Indiana auditors actually threatened to exhume graves to check if corpses were fermenting underground or sipping margaritas in Belize. Picture government ghouls with shovels bribing gravediggers to poke coffins with sticks. Sir, was Great-Uncle Jedediah actually pushing daisies, or just pushing your fraudulent narrative? Spoiler, they never dug. Turns out grave robbing costs more than the $3.73 these farmer ghosts owed in back taxes. Here's the maggot in the apple pie. America's tax code has always been a sentient dumpster fire. Colonial pastors taxed native scalps. Rhode Island taxed sunlight. But befriending the Grim Reaper as an accounting strategy, that's next-level buffoonery. My ex-wife Karen once claimed our parrot as a dependent amateur hour. These guys forged alliances with morticians to fake cholera outbreaks across entire counties. Sorry, taxman, everyone's dead. Cough, especially me. Of course, the universe retaliated with cosmic sarcasm. Many dead men got drafted into WW. One turns out the army doesn't accept, but my death certificate. As a deferral, others discovered their wives remarried to their own brothers. Play stupid games, win stupid epitaphs. Footnote: the IRS still audits dead people, because bureaucracy outlasts mortality. Die mad about it, but Erie, Illinois takes the rotting cake. Picture this: 1830-something farmers staring at tax bills and realizing cemetery maintenance fees cost more than their entire town's property value. Their solution: a mass Turing test flunked by the entire tax office. These rural geniuses didn't just fake individual deaths, they turned the whole ZIP code into a 6-foot-under timeshare. It was the original zombie apocalypse, but instead of brains, they craved tax exemptions. Townsfolk queued at the undertaker's office like it was a Black Friday doorbuster. 1 death certificate for little Timmy, sir. No. 11. My entire bloodline spontaneously perished, including the dog and 3 chickens who may or may not be undocumented dependents. The county clerk rubber-stamped this necropalooza because frontier bureaucracy ran on moonshine and nap sketches. They literally taxed tombstones by the pound. Granite cost extra if your epitaph rhymed. Meanwhile, living humans paid less than compost. Real estate value dropped so low, you could trade a 2-story barn for a bag of turnips and a sympathy card. My Uncle Mortimer tried this in '89, claimed his divorce cured his allergies. IRS audited his goldfish. So Erie's citizens pulled the ultimate pro-gamer move: existential deletion. By collectively declaring themselves Warren Buffett, they transformed Main Street into a Potemkin necropolis. Picture living families tending fake graves they themselves occupied. Victorian LAR ping with actuarial benefits. Kids played hopscotch between headstones etched with their own names. Mommy, why does my grave say rest in peace, you little shit? Tax purposes, sweetie. Now go fertilize your plot. And here's the kicker: it worked. For years, Erie floated in legal limbo like a fart in an elevator. Tax collectors avoided the cursed town, fearing cholera miasma or creative interpretations of the Second Amendment. Meanwhile, these grave-grifting pioneers hosted underground poker games in their own coffins. Nothing says American ingenuity like turning a hearse into an Uber. The state eventually retaliated with the Midwest's pettiest ordinance, mandatory seance audits. Yes, Illinois sent clerks to hold Ouija board tribunals quizzing spirits about their livestock assets. One transcript read, "Ask dead farmer Jed about his wheat yields. Spirit responded, EAT my ass. Case dismissed." Ultimately, the joke fossilized them. With no legal residence, Erie couldn't petition for roads, schools, or cholera actual outbreaks. Their kids grew up functionally illiterate except in forging death certificates. The last survivor reportedly paid his final tax bill in haunted Confederate dollars, sticking the bill to the afterlife. Legislatures refuse subtlety like cats reject water baths, especially when political L's could stain their silk-lined coffins. After seance audits flopped harder than a Marvel villain's third-act redemption arc, Illinois weaponized the Dewey Decimal System of damnation. 1892, breath test decree. Suddenly, any deceased landowner skipping tax payments got a state-mandated invitation to a CPR rodeo. Thus bloomed the Midwest's dumpster fire of dream jobs necrotic IRS agents, cramming cocaine Bear-era bureaucrats into crypts for mandatory mouth-to-corpse compressions. Imagine a pasty CPA straddling a skeleton, screaming, "Show me the carbonated breath or I'll auction your tibia." These cadaver auditors approached their work with the tenderness of Elon Musk replying to OSHA complaints. Protocols demanded violating sanctity and science. Exhume first, ask metaphysical questions later. Their gear, Reverend Butterfield's bargain bin resurrection kit trademark featuring a half-molted peacock feather for nasal disturbance assessment. A mercury mirrors fog-tested against expired yogurt cultures, and a Kirkland signature Bible for percussive resurrection therapy. Records indicate their only successful revival occurred when a clerk mistook Farmer Magee's post-mortem bloating for discretionary income and promptly reignited his own decade-old gin dependency. Then jurisprudence pirouetted into the surreal. If breath meant taxable life, what about burps, posthumous fart symphonies? Rigor mortis jazz hands interpreted as interpretive debt evasion. Illinois vs. The gassy cadaver of Esther Holloway answered all when Agent Dipswitch cited her methane emissions as undocumented biogas revenue streams. The presiding judge, who definitely licked embalming fluid off his podium, deemed intestinal activity entrepreneurial spirit, birthing America's most pungent revenue stream, the flatulence tariff. Cue citizen countermeasures wilder than succession inheritance plots. Families retrofitted cemeteries with corpse complaint tubes, basically Among Us vent systems allowing the deceased to scream legal objections without technically breathing. Others hired back-alley surgeons for preventative disassemblies, turning genealogy into tax armor. Can't garnish Aunt Mildred. Her pancreas is pickled in Denver, and her moral compass resides in a Vegas pawn shop. The state retaliated by deploying Karen-esque medium deputies, interpreting aura deficits as probable cause for probate theft. Erie's corpse capitalism exploded faster than crypto-bro NFTs. Startups offered maternal rest premium, subscriptions covering surprise audits and exhumation dry cleaning. Orphan teens became professional grave warmers, napping in caskets for Scooby-Doo villain wages. One hustling mortician sold DIY death prepping bundles, garlic breath. That's free decomposition core aesthetic. Add my post-life contouring course for 20% off. All while municipal ghouls played a geriatric Splatoon edition, jabbing graves with bayonets like auditioning for a Guillermo del Toro tax collection spin-off. The nadir arrived via Agent Bromley, a sentient kidney stone with a badge. His viaticum violation. Raids involved dragging reprocessed Inquisition tools into catacombs while screaming, "Pay up or lose your molars," at petrified remains. His career highlight, issuing a citation for unlicensed human compost acceleration after one body dared decompose too ecologically. When even the Pinkertons vomited at his methods, Illinois outsourced grave robbing to Chat GPT-powered drone ghouls. Meanwhile, across the Atlantic, desperate bored dowagers discovered their tax loophole doubled as the world's most deranged Tinder. Seance sleepovers where everyone raw-dog spiritualism with no afterlife protection. Victorian repression made their horny poltergeists operate like OnlyFans ghosts, showing ecto through possessed credenzas slamming guests against flocked wallpaper with. The Fox sisters' original spirit traps mutated into full seismic events where Ouija boards spelled out DTF, and chairs performed unsolicited lap dances resembling IKEA furniture, devouring customers. Madame Blavatsky swaggered through this clownscape selling extended ghost warranties, involving Himalayan chants that supposedly sanitized spectral gangbangs. Her signature move, convincing congressmen's wives that riding the mahogany stallion during table tilting sessions counted as temperance activism. Every time this escritoire dry humps a banker, she'd rasp through cigar smoke, "We cancel one demon's student loans." The real demon was her accountant who funneled 600 grand through ectoplasm laundering startups selling ghost farts as renewable energy. Boston's elite paid triple for spirit-controlled vibrating chairs that rocked faster than Jackrabbit Slim's mechanical bull. Witnesses described Senator Peabody's widow experiencing seismic revelation as a Chippendale armoire dislocated her hip while allegedly channeling Beethoven's Lost Dubstep Symphony. When questioned, spirit guides blamed whiskey elves, mediums blamed radio waves, and everyone's corsets burst simultaneously like overfilled kombucha bottles. True apex degeneracy arrived with parlor possession parties, hosted by brothers Ezra and Enoch Brickett, two Colorado grifters whose spirit guides exclusively flirted via furniture. Their manifesto: why let Johns Hopkins sexologists monopolize hysteria studies when your footstool can autoerotically asphyxiate suffragettes? Enoch's spirit control book, Upgrades for Your Upholstered Succubus, outsold the Bible in Rhode Island. Kids took ghost riding dares, where rich idiots paid to be spanked by oscillating chaises lounges, while telegraph operators broadcast Morse-coded moans to newsrooms. The climax hit New York's 1872 World Phantasmagoric Orgy Congress, where Madame Zoltan's patented ethereal ottoman of ecstasy killed 3 bankers and a bishop via suspiciously earthly pleasure asphyxiation. Investigators found 2 buzzboys manually operating pulley systems beneath the rug while wearing donkey costumes because nothing says spiritual transcendence like minimum-wage furries simulating demonic cuddles. Meanwhile, in Philadelphia, your Aunt Mildred's tax-proof corpse was probably grinding on John Quincy Adams' astral projection inside a wardrobe that charged $5 a minute to moan Shakespearean sonnets. Backdrop: Indianapolis, 1873. Picture Governor Elijah A. Heaston French-kissing a seasonally deceased banker like a deranged Taco Bell Diablo sauce taste tester. Certain corpses emitted notes of salted caramel. Why? Because this fiscal Sasquatch had wagered his entire bourbon collection on that very hypothesis. His groundbreaking lick it and list it estate policy let tongue-approved cadavers dodge inheritance levies faster than a crypto bro deleting his NFT portfolio. By harvest season, Indiana became the nation's premier cadaver timeshare destination. Chicago's high society crammed dead relatives into rail cars disguised as Amish sauerkraut barrels, spawning headlines like, "Governor's spit dissolves senator's remains in whiskey vat treasury declares him a delicious write-off." Yet the true financial freak show unfolded in Peoria's metaphysical research centers. Madame Loreley's Midnight Seance and Silks Emporium wasn't just a brothel. It was OnlyFans meets Ghost Hunters, where Johns communed historically with Cleopatra's ghost amid shrieking poetry that jingled like Amazon Alexa attempting Baudelaire. IRS warlocks documented spirit-guided anal resurrection techniques, generating more tax-free revenue than Taylor Swift merch drops, while Baptist bake sales withered. Entrepreneurial ghoul Annabelle Quimby even trademarked Davy Crockett's spectral handjobs as nonprofit academia. Her 990 forms itemized ectoplasmic glazing as interdimensional research supplies. The hypocrisy crescendoed when Illinois introduced its Phantom Dong tariff of $1,875. Imagine if Lizzo sued the IRS over vibrator deductions, but with more torched chickens, which is precisely what spiritualists dumped on Springfield's Capitol lawn during the corpse riots. 7 tons of poultry rot proclaiming government sucks afterlife dry. My third wife Karen tried this grift in 2013, categorizing her MLM lavender oils as Wiccan Eucharist wine. Same shit, different century. Pompeii's orgies wrote off ash as holy glitter. Elon Musk claims flamethrowers are religious artifacts. Why? Because humanity clicks I agree on disaster's terms of service. One man's plague is another's tax loophole. One woman's grandpa is another's caramel-scented deduction. Buckle up. The only afterlife guarantee is an audit notice.